Well, I haven't been in the garden for a couple of months, and the California bluegrass has taken over my rock garden, as you can see. I'm pulling the weeds. Let me see. I have a little pile here that I want you to see. This might take me a while. It's not affecting my food, but I had to clear out this space. That's my asparagus plant there. I did not plant asparagus here. I planted it in a pot, but you know these little creatures went in that pot and replanted this little asparagus here, and it seems to be doing well here. So I'm going to leave it. Love to have a nice patch of asparagus here, even though this is not where I plan to have asparagus. Hey, I'm just throwing in a little pitch here. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, join the family, and take a look at my playlist. Maybe there'll be something on there you want to see. Thank you. Well, this is a little spot I cleared out. Zoom you out. I got a lot to go, but this is what I can do right now. And this is what I did, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself pulling up all that grass. I will let it dry because in Southern California we don't get a lot of compost. We just had some rain, so I got some compost, and I'm going to take full advantage of it. Okay, I'm putting the corn in. This should have been in months ago. I should be harvesting corn now, but no. And okra, I usually like to put my okra in the garden, and I saw that one bean had come up wild. So I thought, well, if one just came up, this must be the time to plant. These are my runner beans. Obviously, I saved my own seed, so I'm going to plant them. I only need one runner bean plant, but I'm going to plant 10. And over here, these are my purple beans. This is the one that came up, and it came up in the shade, which is what I'm going to use to plant them. These are my runner bean. These are my purple bean seeds, I think. But I'm going to plant them. Yeah, I think it's purple because this whole shell is purple pod bean. So I'm going to plant them out, and hopefully I'll get some beans. I'm way late. These usually start producing fruit in February, and here I am in May planting my homegrown beans that I am going to use. Last year's pumpkin patch, so the soil is probably just about right for beans, and that's where the sorghum starts. The new canes of sorghum are coming up for this year, but I am going to plant the pumpkin right next to it. I am going to plant the beans right next to it. It smells so good and herbal over here. I'm just gonna dig up the whole pumpkin cover here and spread the seeds out right here. It actually doesn't take many bean seeds, but of course us gardeners, we're greedy buggers, aren't we? There's the start of my... Now that I've got it dug all the way to my rock, the rock is what the roots of these beans will have to plant themselves under. And I'm going to expect these beans to find the other side. I should do it. This is precious cargo. I grew these last year. So now I'm going to cover them up with this. And of course, I see every other gardener patting after they put the seeds in, so I'm patting too. Then I'll water them in really heavy till this soil is kind of muddy. I don't have to worry about aeration because those rocks provide tons of aeration. Hopefully I'll have beans soon. The summer corn is coming up, as you can see, and it just burst through the ground. There was no corn yesterday, and today, you see this one's even unfurling its leaves. There's other corn right next to it. I have some corn seed that I haven't planted out so that if I don't get enough corn in this area, I see the dotting of the corn all over. Now these are some okra that I did not know I planted here, but that'll be fine for okra to grow on the edges. It's, you know, a unique Three Sisters. And I'm gonna have to really mulch this because corn in Southern California in the summertime is a no-no. Corn is a winter crop for me, actually. You know, yeah, definitely. But I'm excited. So 1 month later, you see those rocks? I now have Three Sisters in there. Yeah. There's the corn. There's the watermelon. I'm just reaching down here to show you a little bit better. These are the corn. These are the watermelon. I have some okra dotted in there. Another watermelon. And the beans haven't come up yet. They're right there. Still waiting. You can hear the birds chattering about me being in the garden. So excited with the amount of corn that I have here. I usually like to hold these videos and wait until the end of the season, do it for you all at once. But I decided I'm gonna celebrate getting this far, and I will do this video and put it out. This is this year's start. Next it's knee-high by July. That's what I'm hoping my next video for corn says. So we'll see. We are making tacos. Got 1 onion and 1 bell pepper, sauteing in 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. A pound of high-fat ground beef. I'm just adding that to my bell peppers and onions. The recipe on the seasoning packet calls for 1 pound of meat, but I am using closer to 1/3 pound of meat and then doing the rest in vegetables. You could do it with all vegetables if you choose. I just stick the ground beef in there, and as it cooks down, stir that bad boy up. Getting that nice oil mixed with the coconut oil. Now I'm going to add my butternut squash. I think that's a couple pounds of butternut squash in the bag. Wrong. The bag actually says it's only 12 ounces, so that squash really takes up a lot of room. But it's a couple of cups of squash. And now I'm sauteing that squash with the ground beef and onion. Some people use oatmeal and stuff like that to fill out their meat, but this butternut squash, if you have it, is always delicious with meat. Adding a 1/4 pound of ground turkey because I didn't have enough ground beef. The butternut squash didn't go down as much as I would like, so I want a little bit more meat in here. I'm going to stir this in. The high-fat ground beef is easier to fry because the fat melts right away. I have to use coconut oil with this. But since I already used the ground beef, it should be able to cook really good in that. Okay. You can see that I am getting that turkey meat nicely brown, and I am stirring it until it falls little meatballs with the butternut squash. I am going to brown this meat very, very well. And make sure the squash is tender. Right now the squash still is kind of tough, kind of sharp, but I'm going to cook this until the squash is tender. Okay, I just used a portion of this. This is my second time using it, and that's all I'm going to use for this. I'll do it to taste. My butternut ground beef with a little bit of turkey, taco meat. I could have used a little bit more ground beef or mix it with the turkey. So heat up the grill. I use cast iron, and I put 2 cold shells on at a time, and let the grill heat up. The bottom one is done. See the difference? You don't really need any oil on this, but I seasoned my cast iron with oil. As soon as they soften up like that, they're done. Here are my lovely butternut squash and beef with a little bit of turkey tacos. Yum! Bon appetit. And, thank you for watching this video to the very end. Jesus loves you, and I love you with all the Jesus in me. Yes. Be blessed, beautiful. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and watch another one of my videos.